My name is Don Chaffee. Chamber MMA, Chamber Mixed Martial Arts. What we have here is we have striking classes, MMA classes, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes. We also have submission grappling classes. Striking class, you're going to strike with your hands, elbows, knees, kicks. You're going to learn how to execute them and also how to defend against them. I got involved in mixed martial arts, probably about 5-6 years ago through my son. I never was a big fan of MMA. And then, he got into it, so that's what got me into it also. I wanted to do it because, not just because my son, other guys that started, training with us, I wanted them to have a good place to train. A lot of guys don't have one place to train. They travel all over the place. They go one place for jiu-jitsu, one place for wrestling, one place for Muay Thai, so on. And I wanted to, offer one place we could do everything under one roof. It made it a lot easier for the guys. Team Chamber, that's the fight team. Chamber MMA, it consists of professional and amateur mixed martial arts fighters. We have a lot of pros still, with us now. We've had a couple UFC fighters come through here, Jimmy Hedis, Charlie Brenneman. We just had one of our fighters, Rich Petishnock, fight for the world title, World Series of Fighting, back in January. You have to have a lot of talent. If you're recognized as having that kind of talent, you're going to get offered a fight or a contract with, those fighting companies. I would suggest train everything, all facets of the game. Don't be one-dimensional. One-dimensional fighters do not last very long in MMA anymore. Back in the day, they did. Nowadays, you have to be multi-talented. You have to have a good stand-up, good ground game. Like I said, you have to train everything, not just one particular aspect of the game. I want you in tight, okay? Comes in, bang. If you want, you can come in with that right hand right across, bang, right across the body. If not, under here, boom, boom. I want a 3 and a 2, okay? So it's gonna be here as I come up, boom, boom. Are you scooping that right? Are you scooping that body shot? Am I scooping it? If you want it. And if you don't like to do it, if you don't want to hit the body shot, you don't have to go for it. All right? But if I come through here, as I'm rolling through, bang, I like to hit it. Get their attention a little bit, all right? Big thing is we want to make sure when we come through, I want the left hook. Get the glove up for them. We're coming through. Left hook, overhand. So get it here, here, okay? Off that right hand.
Any 3-2 combination?
Any 3-2 combination. But don't pick your heads up, guys. Big thing is, I don't want to see this when you're coming through. I don't want you, boom. That's it, you're gonna get nailed, okay? Don't stand up. If you come through that roll, when you come through, you're here. Okay, as you're coming through, as I'm coming through, bang! Don't stand up. Keep your head down, okay?
Dirty box.
Yeah. Yep, and then follow through too. In a real fight, you follow through the elbow.
Scott the Animal Heckman. It's funny because I'm just a very calm, cool, mellow guy, and then I got into fighting, and they said once I get into the cage, I turned to just an animal. So the name just stuck. Well, I wrestled all my life, through kindergarten all the way to college. I actually went to, I graduated at East Stroudsburg on the wrestling team as well, and I went to further my career in some type of, athletics or competitive sport, and this is what I picked. I enjoy, just competing itself. It's one-on-one. I have nobody else to blame but myself. I don't have like a football team, 10, 11 guys just behind me. It's just myself. I've had 21 professional fights, and my last fight was my biggest one of my career. I won the CFFC title, and on April 26th will be my next biggest fight. I'll be defending my title for the first time. There's fighters that are, they'll jump into camp, they'll take time off, and then they'll do a 8 to 12 week camp. I'm a 365-day fighter, so I'm always competing. I'll take a few days off in between camps, but relatively, between 8 to 10 weeks is a full fight camp, to get from to your peaking point. I do strength conditioning probably 3 days a week. I wrestle twice, sparring, like live combat sparring with big and little gloves, 3 days a week. And I train 6 days a week, and then my 7th day is like an active rest. I'll stretch, do a walk, light run, something like that. Throughout the whole entire week, mentally, I'm just picturing what I'm gonna do, my mindset, getting it right, just get myself mentally prepared, because I know physically I'm gonna be coming to that cage 100% prepared with conditioning, strength, and my strategy. So mentally is the biggest thing. I like to say my style is more orthodox. There is no set style that I like. I'm very aggressive. I'm going to be a lot of pressure. I'll keep it on my feet if I have to, and I'll take it on the ground if I want it. So I'm going to work all different levels of this fight, and you know, whatever the outcome's going to be, I'll make sure I end up on top. If they're looking to be on a competitive level, do it. It's great. You know, if there's somebody that just wants to get into a workout, it's also great. You know, you're using all your motor skills with moving around with people with jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I like this sport because it's great. It's like a family when you get into a gym, and you guys just click, and it's like a hobby, and you guys are just real close. So that's the biggest thing that I like.
Hard, like that 2 squared. You hit me with that 2 squared, Pete. Forward, quick. My hands are here. Okay, what am I gonna do? Again. He takes an angle. I get a problem. I get a big problem. That's what we want to do. Use your hands to keep him busy.
You're just gonna eat him, or you're gonna run?
Yeah, and if he starts eating them,
Yeah, eat him. You know?
he starts eating them, that's when you start sitting down on him. You start really rocking them, turning them over. All right, guys. What we want to do now, next thing I want right now is I want to take an angle. We're gonna throw the 2-3-2. Pete, take an angle. You're throwing a 2-3-2 angle. All right, coming back with a short overhand. So 2-3-2, step, bang. Don't forget, guys, when you take that overhand, when you come to the side, you do not pick your body up. We don't want this, okay? We don't want this with your head down there. It's right here. Once I come 2-3-2, I step here, boom, right there, okay? Chin's protected.
My name is
Chin's
Ricky
protected.
El Numero Uno Nuno. I'm Mexican, so I went with something that sticks with my heritage, and it rolls with my last name real nice. So I went with El Numero Uno Nuno, which is #1. So I like it. It has a nice ring to it. I've been involved with MMA as far as like a fighter the past 2.5, 3 years, but I've been in martial arts all my life. Like my father started me really young, like 6 years old. He had me starting with striking drills and stuff like that with boxing and taekwondo. So I've been involved with it all my life, but as a fighter, about 2.5, 3 years. I loved it, man. I mean, even when my father showed me, man, it just sparked my interest, and it started more like a physical activity, like, you know, stay healthy, stay in shape. And then it turned into it's a lifestyle. It's you get, you know, brotherly bonds with your teammates, and like it just creates a different person. It creates a different character in you that you would never really experience unless you're a fighter. Like it brings out a lot in you. MMA, I mean, what I love the most about it is it tests your character, man. It makes you challenge yourself, man, and it really brings out the best in you. Like, you know, there's people every day that go out and just work regular jobs and just do their thing, and they're happy with that. Me, I'm not happy with that. I'd rather grind every day and, you know, hang out with my teammates and push hard and work hard for what I want. So I love it, man. It brings the best out of me. That's how I feel. I actually had 5 pro fights. I'm actually looking to line up something in August, so that'll be my 6th. For me, I'm early in my professional career, so I think every fight for me is really important right now, but my professional debut was huge for me because, you know, I wasn't an amateur long, and there was a lot of hype and expectation for me, and when I went into my pro debut, you know, I came in first round with a knockout, so it was huge. It was in front of my hometown, my crowd, and it was great, man. The feeling you feel when you're in that cage, there's nothing like it, man. Some of the preparation for the fight, I mean, for me, I work a lot of striking, of course, because I'm a huge striker, but I love boxing, you know, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm really big on conditioning, so I love working with my strength conditioning coach. You know, we're at it 2-3 times a day, so for me, I like to be well-rounded. So for me, it's really, you know, boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and wrestling. Those are my big things. My emotions going into the cage is, you know, it's my time. I put in all the work for this moment, and there's no way this person across the cage is gonna beat me. And once that bell rings, and honestly, it's not even when the bell rings, it's when that first punch or that first shot is thrown, that's when you're in the fight and you wake up like, hey, now we're in a fight and it's time to go. So that's what it is for me. My advice to somebody that's looking to get into MMA, it's not just going in there and throwing your fists and throwing kicks and trying to be a tough guy. There's a lot that goes into this, and I feel if you're not physically prepared as far as mentally prepared, you're not going to be interested for a very long time. You'll be short-lived, and if you want to get into it, make sure you know what you're getting into before you even step foot in that cage.
I'm Valentina DeConza. I've always been interested in wrestling since I was a kid. My grandfather always watched it. I always watched it with him. Never thought I'd actually end up doing it myself, but I don't know, one day I just figured to go for it and I ended up here. It means a lot to me because day one that I got here, I was just this shy kid that always like stayed away from everyone, and it helped me grow as a person, and it just set like no boundaries for me. My first fight is actually coming up. It's May 3rd at the Sherman Theater in Stroudsburg. Lots of training, lots of practice with everything, with jiu-jitsu, wrestling, stand-up, lots of cardio. With my nerves and anticipation, I believe like every day is different. One day I'm so hyped, I just want to fight already, and then the next day I'm just nervous. I'm like, oh man, it's so soon, so soon. So it's just different every day. Advice that I give to someone that's just starting out, I'd say don't be afraid, just go for it. And you'd think that the people would be intimidating, but they're really not. Everyone is like family here.
The sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give it to me? It seems that